In 2012, I was sitting in a sushi shop with two friends, and they started telling me about the strange kind of money. There's no banks, no borders, just code. And I just didn't get it. But a year later, a friend bought me a coffee with Bitcoin, and that's when it clicked. This wasn't just internet money anymore, it was real. People were earning it, spending it, and even building their lives around it. And then that same friend, he pulled me aside in a quiet voice with a worried look and asked me, "Do you think the CRA is going to come after me for this?" And he wasn't talking about his side hustle or rental income. He meant his crypto. And at that moment, that's when it all started. I was doing crypto taxes before the CRA even had rules, helping one confused client at a time. Hi, I'm Charlene Tessier, your Canadian crypto tax expert. Now, most of my early clients were Bitcoin miners. This was back when crypto still felt like a secret. It was like a weird experiment for developers, tech folks, and privacy nerds. And they didn't find me through Google. They found me because I was already part of the world. I wasn't some accountant in a suit. I was a friend. And they'd come to me and quietly ask, "Hey, do you think the CRA is going to start asking questions about this? Can you help me file something legit?" And so I did. I filed based on the rules we had at the time. And at that time, there were none. And guess what happened? None of them got audited. Not one. And on the surface, it looked like everything was working. But I could really feel something shifting underneath. This space, it wasn't going to stay niche. It was about to get wild. Talking DeFi, liquidity pools, NFT drops, token staking. Every month, a new platform, a new tax wrinkle, and a new blind spot. The CRA, well, they're still stuck in the past. And guidance either didn't exist or worse, it didn't match reality. And so I found myself translating, not just between CRA and crypto, but between investors and their own blind spots. One client of mine, he could yield farm like a pro, but was tracking everything in a spreadsheet. Another was flipping NFTs for six figures, but he didn't know you could deduct gas or minting fees. They were crushing it in the market, but they were totally lost on the tax side. Even the most sophisticated investors, they only understand their one lane. And that's when it hit me. If I wanted to actually help them, I had to understand everything, not just tax law, the tech, the platforms, the behaviors behind the transactions. So I kept going. Year after year, I kept learning, and that space just got messier. But guess what? The referrals didn't stop. I am building tax strategies for NFT artists, for DeFi yield farmers, for DAO contributors, and Bitcoin OGs, long before CRA even had words for half of it. And through it all, one question kept circling in my mind. If I don't figure this out, who will? And so, for the very first time a few years ago, I decided to put crypto tax expert on my LinkedIn profile. And guess what? I was super terrified. For years, I kept that part of my work quiet, not because I wasn't confident, but because being public about crypto, it wasn't safe. It had a stigma, or people thought it was shady or illegal. But then something shifted. COVID hit. And then suddenly people had time to research, time to invest, and time to fall down that crypto rabbit hole. And I started getting tons of DMs and emails saying things like, "Hey, I've been looking for someone like you for years." Every accountant I've talked to says they understand crypto, but they don't. And that's when I realized maybe I don't need permission. Maybe I don't need some shiny credential. I have been doing this since 2012. And if no one else is going to step up, maybe it has to be me. And so I did, quietly at first. I updated my LinkedIn, I started showing up, and you know what? I didn't get hate. I got thank yous. Investors who were relieved to finally find someone who got it. That was the shift. It's not loud, it's not viral, just quiet, steady decision to finally stop hiding and start helping more people. So since then, everything has changed for me. Crypto used to be 10% of my practice. Now it's close to 80. And the clients who come to me now, they're aligned, they're curious, they're serious about doing it right. And I get to build strategies that don't just check that compliance box, they help clients keep more of what they earn. Yes, you are going to be able to profit more and panic less because I've grown with this space from the start. And I can see the whole map. I'm not guessing. I know where CRA tends to look, and I know what's defensible, even for things that don't have guidance yet. I love this work. And I love helping investors stop stressing about their wallets and start building their legacies. So here's what I want you to take away from this. If crypto taxes still feels confusing, you are not the only one. Even the smartest investors I know, the ones absolutely crushing it on chain, they still feel lost when it comes to the CRA. And honestly, it's not your fault. The rules aren't clear. Tech moves faster than the guidance. And most accountants, they won't touch it. But you don't have to figure it out alone. That's why I do this, to help crypto investors file with confidence. And with that, I'm going to give you my free Is It Taxable cheat sheet. It's a simple way to figure out what CRA actually cares about. And you'll find that link down below. And my channel has always the most up-to-date Canadian crypto tax videos. So if you don't want to miss one, make sure you hit subscribe and that bell notification. So till next time, here's to crypto profits minus the stress, and I'll see you in the next video.